Hey, welcome again to Your Cooking Coach with your cooking coach, Nicole Elovitz. Hey, I'm here to bring you an incredible Weight Watchers recipe that's called roasted vegetables. It was included in last year, 2011's Quick Start program, and I'll put the entire recipe on my blog so that you'll be able to get to it and see it because it's not in the 2012 book. I think it was an oversight, and because Weight Watchers has that oversight, I want to bring the recipe to you because I want anyone that's joining that's new to know this incredible, versatile concoction of vegetables that's going to keep you fulfilled, happy, satisfied with a variety of meal situations that you might be in. Let me tell you, I create this roasted vegetable dish and I add it into eggs in the morning, into a frittata or an omelet, or just scrambled. I add it into pasta with a tablespoon of ricotta cheese and the pasta, and all of a sudden I've bulked up that meal. You can keep it vegetarian or you can throw in some Italian chicken sausage. You can do a lot of things with it, so it adds beautifully to a dinner. You could even add these roasted vegetables onto bread and have a roasted vegetable and goat cheese sandwich. There's a ton you can do with these vegetables. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they got you covered. It's very easy to put together. I'm going to let you know, and again, all the ingredients will be on my blog. We've got a green pepper that we have sliced up. We've got 2 zucchinis. I'm going to slice up one for you here. Yellow squash. If you can't find this in the wintertime, look in the Mexican vegetable area. This is a Mexican squash, and it's just a yellow squash. And a quartered or eighth red onion. You don't even have to chop it up very small because remember, roasting is a great technique for your vegetables. It caramelizes it and brings out the flavor. So here's the onion. I've got half of the onion. I got the other half already in the bowl. I slice it in half. Then I slice 1, 2, 3, 4. So that ends up being 8 pieces. I drop them right in the bowl. All that we're going to do is end up taking these vegetables and we're going to put them on a cookie sheet. We're going to spray it with our high top spray. Some of you fancy pansies might use Pam. I use the store brand, high top. We're going to sprinkle it with about a half a teaspoon of dried thyme. If you're using fresh, use a full teaspoon. If you're using a dried, I use a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and a quarter teaspoon of black pepper. Now here's a red pepper. This recipe actually calls for 2 red peppers, but guess what? I didn't have 2 red peppers. So what do? Well, I'm versatile. So what I did instead was I decided to throw in an extra zucchini. I don't think there's any problem with that. My family loves zucchini. Squash is a great vegetable to utilize in a recipe like this. And you just slice it. You want to try to get your slices about that thick, about ½ inch to ¼ inch. It's best because it's going to cook up all around the same way. So just throwing that in. Now this is the interesting technique. So I'm slicing off the ends, obviously, of the squash. They've been washed and dried. Watch this. I'm going sideways. I'm going crazy. I'm going sideways. And the reason I'm going sideways is because that's what the recipe said to do. I don't know why. I'm guessing it's because we're getting more surface space. We'll let go of more moisture. We'll be able to caramelize more, and we'll get that natural flavor. But as you see, I'm making side slices. They're like literally big wedges. What's nice about this? It's going to look great in a sandwich. So, of course, the recipe calls for peppers and onion and zucchini. And it also calls for a can of artichoke hearts, which is very Mediterranean. Thyme goes beautifully with that. But the other thing I'm going to add in here, which you're going to laugh because you're going to be like, does this woman put those into everything? I probably could say that I do put them into everything. And they are mushrooms. Here they are again in their special little white dish. I always seem to add my mushrooms for my special white dish. Toss them right in. Why? Because I like bulk. Anywhere where I can add more vegetables, I'm going to do it. This was my can. I already threw in my artichokes. These came quartered, so why buy them not quartered? If it's the same price, I'm doing it because I want to save a little time. So basically, here's my bowl. Now you're thinking to yourself, oh, aren't you going to put a little like olive oil on that or something like I do with my other roasting, which does help with the cooking? No, because this is a strictly Weight Watchers recipe. They wanted it to be as low points as possible. And so for that reason, we're only going to add some spray, some cooking spray. So we have the most beautiful colors you could ever imagine. I feel like it's summertime and the living is easy. And we're just going to throw this onto the cooking sheet. So what we're going to do is I probably have enough vegetables here to cover 2 cookie sheets. And remember, I want everybody to be touching the cookie sheet. So first I spray the cookie sheet. So here I go. I know you love my technique. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, up and down. Okay. Now we put the vegetables on. Now we're just going to put on, remember in part 1, I showed you how I want everything to not touch, be as loose as it can be. And the reason we do that is so we are not worried about everything getting as much surface touch as it can. So what I've got here is a beautiful cookie sheet. Everybody has got their own spot. Okay, and the reason we're spraying again is we want this to roast up. And that's probably why this recipe is 1 point a serving, because I do spray it a little bit. And now I'm sprinkling my spice. And I am going to roast this in a 450 to 475 degree oven for about, I think it's 25, 30 minutes. I'm going to throw them into the oven that you never get to see. And when I pull them out, you're going to see something incredible. So stay tuned. You're going to love it. Hey everybody, welcome back. So we just grabbed our roasted veggies out of the oven a little bit ago. I let the pan cool so that I wouldn't hurt myself. But basically, this is what we end up with. These magnificent roasted vegetables can go into anything from a frittata to a sandwich or into a pasta dish. You're going to love how they taste. We brought together a number of flavors, as you know. You'll just scrape them off and you'll put them into anything you enjoy. So remember, roasting is a great way to have a delicious addition to your meal. Thanks so much for joining us. Take care. Good eats to all. This is your cooking coach, Nicole Elovitz, saying, make it with me. It's going to turn out okay. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.